Hey guys, welcome to the TheKaijudoChannel, and today I'm going to talk about the Cockatrice mod that Evan Banjo and I worked on to be able to play Duel Masters instead of Magic the Gathering using this Cockatrice program. So Cockatrice originally is a Magic the Gathering program that lets you play against people online uh, with Magic cards. So Evan brought up a really awesome idea to modify the cards in Cockatrice so that you'd be able to use Duel Masters cards, and it works really, really well. Uh, like Evan, Earth Power, and I, we all, tested around with it, and we found that we really like it a lot. And so I'm gonna put this video out there so that you guys can try it for yourselves, and it'll be really, really easy to set up. So in the description, I have a link to a zipped folder that has everything set up ready to go already. So the first thing you could do is download this, and you should be fine. You don't need anything else, I don't think, because Windows, you'll be able to uncompress it. But if you really want a program that can decompress anything, you can install WinRAR as well. But I don't think it's needed if you have the newer versions of Windows. So once you unzip this, you'll get a window here, like this. Okay, so cockatrice.exe, that's the program, and you click that, and you get this window right here. So I'm going to put it full screen. So the first thing you might see, or you might have to fix, you'll have to go to settings first, because I'm not sure if everything is set up correctly. So like as you can see here, like Dex directory, pictures directory, and all that, it might still have the ones that I have. So if you want to change that, you can click the dot 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 here, and you can choose where you want to save your Dex. You could just click wherever you unzip the Cockatrice folder, and then just click the Dex folder that's already built in, and you could save it there. So make sure to have a Dex folder, and then picks. If this is the wrong path as well, point to the picks folder that's also in the Cockatrice folder, so that you can link to the cards. But at first, it won't have that many cards or whatever, but it doesn't matter because when you click on any card that you don't have the picture to, it'll automatically download it from the internet. So it's really, really cool like that, in that you don't have to download every single picture. It just downloads the ones that you look at, which is really, really cool. Um, and then path to card database. This is probably incorrect as well. What you should do is you should link to cards.xml. That's also in the same folder. So just make sure that all the paths relate to the same folder, and you should be good. You could change your language if you want. Appearance. I also did this. Path to picture of card back. What you can do is I included in the pics folder, I included the Duel Masters back. So you can go to the pics and point to this, and you will have the picture of the Duel Masters card back. And you can change the pictures of everything too, like the background, like of the table, so you can have like a playmat kind of. You can change a lot of the backgrounds in the game, which you might have seen in the duel. Like I didn't change anything, but you can change pretty much everything on the board, but your opponent won't be able to see it. That's the only difference. It's just for you. You could change the card names on top and stuff, and there's a lot of other things too. Sounds, they're kind of annoying, so I wouldn't suggest it. And you could add messages, but I haven't really messed around with that. So obviously the first thing you're going to do after you set up everything is you want to go to the deck editor and you want to make your deck. So it's pretty simple. You can like look through everything. The only thing that's not right is power toughness, because power toughness is different in Magic. How it's usually like one number slash one number, so you can't fit the Duel Masters power. But it doesn't matter because when you click a card like this card, let's say Acid Reflux, you'll see the power pretty clearly as long as you have the pictures. So it's really cool. So you can easily just like click any card and then double click to add it, or hit enter, and you'll add it to the deck. There's a lot of things here, remove row, stuff like that, and you see the picture clearly, and it gives you the effect right here in a nice box. So everything's laid out. Another really cool feature with this thing is, let's just say, okay, I'm gonna load a deck that I already have. Let's just take my Marino Control. what you can do is let's say, okay, I'm gonna save the deck to a clipboard just as an example. So let's say you have your deck in text format, kind of like this, okay, and then you want to say, okay, let's just show a difference here. Let's just say I want to add 3 uh, aqua skydiver. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand. Okay, aqua skydiver. Now what you can do is you can take this, copy, and then you can load deck from clipboard, and then you'll have your deck set up here, and you click OK, and it loads your changes here. It loads your deck. So if you have your deck in text format with like numbers, you could just easily copy that and it all goes straight here. So you could plan out your deck in advance with Notepad or whatever if you so choose. And you could also take the deck that you already have in here and export it to clipboard so you can post it anywhere. So it's really useful. I really like that feature. So that's it. So you pretty much save your deck. You can even print your deck in like a deck list format, but you don't really need that. But if you really want to print it, you could do that too. Alright, so that's the deck editor. And then you make your deck. Yeah, discard please. And you want to start a duel or whatever. You can do a local game. So you can just say like 1 player. Okay, and then you load your deck. And then you play. And then you could just do a solitaire game. So I'll just go over the basics of this. Control S is shuffling. Control D is drawing. But first you're gonna have to do your shields. So what you do for shields is you want to hold the shift key and then you drag the card to the board. So you go like that, and then you have your shields face down. So as long as you hold the shift key and you bring it down here, you'll have shields face down. And then you can, do Control D to draw. You can draw your opening hand. And then what you do is you pretty much just play whatever. You put that in mana, and then to end your turn, what you would do is you would click this end button, this broom, to show it's your end of the turn, and then your opponent would click pass so that it goes to his turn, and then it goes to the untap phase. So then you could do Control U to untap everything. And yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. You can, put this in mana. You can like select more cards than one. So you can select more than one, double click to tap, and then play whatever. What else is there? You could even draw by just like dragging it to your hand. Even though it says moves this to your hand, your opponent doesn't see that, so it's really cool. Now, the only thing that's bad about this is that for shields, if for some reason you don't trust your opponent or whatever, I think I've already gone over this, but what you're gonna have to do if you really want to make sure your opponent isn't cheating, you have to hold shift and drag every card one by one, and then you take your shield, and then oh look, I got a trigger, comet missile. See, like if you had a trigger in your hand, you could easily cheat because you could put this in your hand and then play another card in your hand that's a shield trigger because you can't see your opponent's hand. You can't even see this green area on your opponent's side of the field. You can only see how much cards they have in their hand. So if you want to prevent cheating, that's really the only way you could go about doing it for now. So that's pretty much it. So if you want to play a game with a friend online, what you would do is you would connect, and the host and the port should be the same already, so it would be play.cockatrice.de port 4747, and then you could change your player name to your own name, and you don't need a password because the password there's no password on this server. So you would click OK, you'd be in the server, and then you want to go into the MTG room because that's the only server that's there. So then it would open up this page. And then what you would do is you would create a game. You put a description of the game, so you could say, "Hey Evan," or whatever, just like to show that that's your game. You put the number of players. Ignore the game type. It doesn't really matter because this is not Magic at all. You can like allow spectators or not, so you can get your friends to watch your games too, which is really cool.
You could even make options for them to chat in the game. You could do a lot of different things. Uh, Spectators see everything, so you could see all their hand and everything. It's just really, really cool. You could put a password to be sure that no one joins randomly, so that this is really, really helpful. Uh, and yeah, that's pretty much all I could think of right now. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much how Cockatrice works. How you get your deck set up, how you start dueling a friend, how to get the settings so that everything works, and how to customize your board. So I hope I answered or everything, or pretty much said everything you need to know on how to use this. But if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'd love to answer your questions if you have any others. And yeah, everything should be in the description. You'll have the Cockatrice zip folder, or not zip folder, zip file with everything in it. But you're probably gonna have to change all the settings to the stuff that's in your folder that you unzip it to, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys like this video and hope you like this program after messing around with it. This is TheKaijudoChannel signing off. See you later, everyone.